And the big cricket story today, Anil Kumble's term as Team India coach has officially come to an end after he refused to extend his contract. Now, Kumble did not accompany the team as Virat and company left for the West Indies amidst reports of a rift with Kohli. Sources say the former leg spinner has conveyed the message to the BCCI. Has this difference between captain and coach been completely mishandled?
Brought in with much fanfare, Anil Kumble's honeymoon period with the Indian team is over. Yes, it's official now. Kumble has stepped down as head coach of the Indian team. The Indian team left for their tour of West Indies without a head coach, and a few hours later, Kumble conveyed his decision to the BCCI. Captain Virat Kohli would feel that he finally had his way, making it evident that captain is superior in Indian cricket.
I'm not sure that the captain and team should pick the coach. No, I think that's not the way to go about it.
Despite Kumble's impressive report card during his one-year stint, the head coach couldn't gather the support he needed. With Kumble at the helm, India won 5 Test series, became world #1 in Tests, won both the ODI series India played, and before he signed off, guided the team to the Champions Trophy final. But despite the on-field success, the rift between Kumble and Kohli was widening. In this captain versus coach battle, Virat had his way despite the Cricket Advisory Committee comprising Sachin, Saurav and Lakshman not in favour of removing Kumble.
Anil Kumble's is a rare instance of a coach being forced to step down despite delivering results across formats. Ironically, the team and the captain with whom he brought results had stopped believing in him. With the BCCI refusing to take charge, mishandling the entire issue, the inevitable had to happen. The Indian team has flown to West Indies for their next assignment, minus a head coach. In Mumbai, Rasesh Mandani for India Today.
My colleague Rasesh Mandani now joins us live from Mumbai. Rasesh, in this battle of egos, has a message been sent out about who really is the boss in the team? And is this the precedent being set? What's the message being sent out?
A very incorrect one, Padmaja. You're absolutely right. The message goes out that if the team does not want a coach, if the captain does not want a coach of his liking, then that is the way it would go. Virat is a man of strong opinions, perhaps the best batsman in the world across formats, and he may have his opinion, and it's an opinion which should be heard by the board. But unfortunately, the BCCI, mishandled the entire issue from the very beginning. The captain is the captain of the cricket side, not the president of the BCCI. Unfortunately, there is no president in the BCCI at the moment. There's the sort of divided power centers. There's some court-appointed administrators, some office bearers who are sort of hanging on till the next order is passed. And the story comes out in the media on the day Indian team lands for the Champions Trophy in UK that there's going to be a fresh advertisement for the coach while the head coach is already Anil Kumble. And then a day before the final, the Cricket Advisory Committee meets Virat Kohli, the captain, to discuss the fate of the coach ahead. So there's so many things, there were so many wrongs in this entire mess that inevitably, this is the way it had to end.
So what is the board's explanation? How could someone who actually showed the results for the team have been allowed to go in such a manner? And given the kind of media leaks, the reports, it was perhaps a humiliation for him. And that's why the decision ultimately.
Yes, and for a man who's sort of, perhaps been one of India's most spirited cricketers and has track record to show as a coach. We don't know the entire story. I'm sure there's more to come. We haven't heard the Anil Kumble side of the story, which we'll know with time, Padmaja. Virat Kohli may have things to say. For the moment, he's spoken the things that he can speak on record during the course of the tournament, so we'll know more. But despite the differences, this is quite evidently a clash of egos, and the BCCI only tells us that it was, the differences were irrevocable. They could not continue to see eye to eye, and this had to happen. But clearly, the board could have handled this better, and this issue first should have been handled. This issue should have been handled after the conclusion of the Champions Trophy. And if in case the opinion of the captain is just a mere difference of, if it's a personal issue, if it's an ego issue, clearly the captain can be told that this is the coach that you will have to play with, and if he needs to tone down his style of coaching, as Virat reportedly said was overbearing, then that could be done as well. But the fact that the BCCI never took charge, this is the way it ended.
What a shame. We're certainly hoping to hear the board's and Virat's side of the story. For now, Rasesh, thanks very much for joining us. There's breaking news.